You know what really blows my mind about this mind control, ritualistic, demonic sex and mutilation ritual that I've been used in my entire life with the Canadians in British Columbia and Canada? No, it's like, I was, as far as I know, I've never existed before, unless somehow I went back in time, or someone reversed time and started my life over and gave me an entire different life. I don't know. But like I don't know what the truth is. All I know is that based on what I know, I've never existed before. This is my first life. Yeah. And they gave me this identity, cryptic of God, the universe, and everything. And then ritualistic, guided me around like a mind controlled robot, knowing, living specific places with certain addresses and knowing certain people, like certain fake friends and acquaintances and stuff like that, and family, being guided me around and some demented cryptographic offensive story. Now, to basically say fuck you to the creator, everyone, and everything. And like I said a million times before in other videos, Canada trying to use me and because I'm symbolic of reality, trying to turn every possible thought you could ever have in existence into a source of amusement for the Canadian people, and in doing so make everyone accept their crimes and stuff like that, and be symbolically bending a knee to the Canadians, yeah, like accepting their evil, making you all a moral evil filth, making you reject good and stuff like that, and becoming a moral worthless trash with them, and therefore basically symbolically bending a knee to them. Now, what sickens me about this place is that I basically I had no sense of good and bad or right and wrong. None whatsoever. I had, my entire life, I did not know the definition of the word good. Like, the Canadians taught me that good meant not bad, and bad meant not good. And my entire life, I'm like, well, what the hell does that mean? Yeah? Like, how are you supposed to make sense of that? Yeah? Just a stupid new soul that had no idea what's going on. Yeah? And they basically said, like good would be obeying the government, following the law, doing what they say, and stuff like that. So I was guided around and remained a virgin until the time I was like, what the hell was it? Probably about 21 or 22 was a virgin. Then they put me with a very specific character, the El Isa, the Elisa character, the El Isa or God Isa or God Jesus, the Antichrist devil character. In reality, they put me with her, like arranged for me to know her at a specific fucking place, a specific worst place, yeah. And even though a part of my mind kept telling me, like, get away from her, she's deranged. It was like constantly being mind controlled, forced to like her, desire her, have a relationship with her, and kept trying to force me with her, even though she was apparently a floozy woman, a promiscuous woman who had been around. When I first met her, she told me she had been with a couple of dozen guys in her life, and then another time she told me she'd only been with a couple. So I don't know what to believe. She was like a liar, yeah? So basically they took a virgin, symbolic of God, the universe, and everything, mind controlled him, whored him to what is basically a piece of trash, you know? A whore, an immoral whore, you know? Like, that's basically what they did, you know? And even as I say this, there's like some slimy mind control being saying, don't insult the people that have ruined your life, you know? Don't oppose them, don't tell the truth about them. Accept what they do to you, accept their filth, don't oppose it, don't anything, and in doing so, reject good and become an evil piece of shit, become a worthless loser. Let them get away with the horrible things they've done to you. You know? It's like I said before in the past, I didn't know when I first started discovering things if all these different people I knew were knowing and willing participants in the crimes against me, in this disgusting sex and mutilation crime. I didn't know if they actually were knowing, willing participants, but as time went on, I'd see that even my son and the mother and the people that I did remain in contact with, they all expressed an awareness of what's going on, but chose to do absolutely fucking nothing about it. Basically saying like, yeah, we know. So what? Fuck you. Yeah? And I was like, well, fine. Fuck you too. So basically in this story, I was kept a virgin my entire life, like kept away for the most, like when I was 12 or 13 years old, I was like driven away from humanity, feared away from the Canadians, and just stayed inside and played video games. And then when I became an adult, they forced me to get a job, arranged me to work at a specific place. Then the Elisa character came when I was like 21 or whatever, So I was a virgin up till 21. Then they whored me to this slut, yeah, and fucking destroyed my entire life, crushed my foot, ruined, mutilated, poisoned, mutilated everything for their demented ritual, yeah. And it's like I said, like it's brutal. They literally took what's symbolic of being the most significant person you could imagine in history and intentionally whored, molested, mutilated, and destroyed them with people that are apparently some of the most revolting garbage to ever exist on the planet. No, but that's the Canadian sense of humor. Is to basically create a woman, make her symbolic of the most foul woman you could ever imagine in existence, and then literally when she starts denying does nothing to help and just sits there and participates in the crimes against me, denying me justice and freedom and stuff like that, and joins in on the psychological abuse, then apparently she really did become the most foul being, or one of the most foul beings you could ever imagine. So that's basically what the Canadians did for their disgusting sex and mutilation ritual. It's brutal. Yeah. And yeah, it just really pisses me off that they arranged my whole story like they did right now. Like they're doing at this very moment. Arrange me to be a virgin, then whore me and mutilate me in a whore/whore, or like a sex and mutilation type ritual. So whore/whore, yeah. And then basically throw me into a corner again for several more years, waste away my fucking life, yeah, until I lose the desire to live and just start wanting to kill myself, yeah. And then when that doesn't fucking work, things go on and they go into the psychological abuse, which all turns out to be basically saying like, look, we're such a revolting species, you'd have to be an idiot to ever knowingly or willingly trust any person on this planet again. So you've had one relationship with which apparently the worst woman, or one of the most foul women to ever exist, yeah? And you'll never be with another woman ever again. You'll never be with anyone ever again. You'll never want a relationship with anyone or anything ever. Like ever. No. You won't want anything to do with this species or planet ever again. No. And that's what they keep doing with this psychological abuse, this constant opposites game crap, is to try to drive me away from ever trying to get away from Canada and find other people to have relationships with and friendships with and enjoy life. No. Like, Canadians are literally the most vile pricks you could ever imagine. They really are the most vile piles of crap you could ever fucking imagine. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Like it's sickening to me. You know, like I still sit here every day. Like I wake up and just repeat the same process every day. Sit inside, share my opinions and beliefs, look at news articles, think of things, like to try to see different ideas and what's going on. Yeah, and basically say like, you know what? You people are the most foul fucking pricks to ever exist. Yeah. They really are. The Canadians really are the most foul piles of, I don't know how any of these people can actually desire each other. No, I don't know how these people can go about their lives liking themselves or others. No, after everything they've done and knowing they are the most putrid filth to ever exist, I have no idea how these people can go about their lives wanting to be with each other and know each other. Yeah, I can't comprehend it. Yeah, and unless they really are pure evil, mind-numbingly retarded wacko robots or something. No. Like, how can you do the types of things these people have done and then walk around trying to act like you haven't done anything wrong at all? And you're just simple, humble, decent people. Yeah? Well, sitting there denying people justice, denying them freedom, denying them recompense, keeping them trapped in your country. Yeah? Psychologically and physically and verbally abusing them every minute of their fucking lives. Yeah? It's like, I don't know how these people can go about their lives desiring each other unless they are the most shallow, immoral, deranged perverts you could ever imagine. No, like, to do the things that these people do to good children, the people that are symbolic of the most wonderful children you could ever imagine in the universe, and they do the most foul, sickening, demented crimes to them you could ever imagine for amusement, and then they go about their lives acting like they love one another and desire one another. No, and try to engage in be intimate with one another and have pleasure and happiness together. No, it's like, do you hear what I'm saying? like what these people are like. Yeah, like how disgust like what like if these people can do these things and then look at each other, have the nerve to say they love one another, and then molest each other in the most foul reproductive practices you could ever imagine. Yeah. And then have children and then pretend to love them too while spitting in the face of the it's like telling their children that they love their children while spitting in the face of every good being in reality. Basically cryptically telling their children that they're the most foul garbage you could ever imagine. Yeah. And that for whatever reason they pretend to love them. Yeah. It's sickening. Yeah. I wish people could see and understand what I'm saying. Yeah, like how demented these people really are. Yeah, like how they can actually have the nerve to try to act happy and loving and caring towards one another and be polite to one another while being the most vile pricks you could ever imagine. And I don't know if they're all if it's 100% filth in this country. There could be people like myself who refuse to identify with Team Humanity and refuse to participate knowingly and willingly with immoral people and just play along in some sort of demented game, or maybe there is some sort of creator being that guides good people to each other. I don't know, but based on what I've fucking seen, yeah, all I've seen in my life with the people who have been in my life, like the most, they are the most foul people you could ever imagine. And these people express an awareness of what's going on, but they just go about their life like whatever, and acting like they love one another and care about one another. Like, how do you do something like that? How can you do the most heinous crimes in the entire universe and then look at one another, knowing you're the most foul beings to ever exist, and then say, I love you, you're beautiful, let's make love? Yeah? How do you do something like that? No? But, anyway, there you go.